The four-parter Sword and Shield, or rather the Black Knight arc of the Pokemon Journey series, is finally over. It was a pretty interesting arc in my opinion, and even though it felt a little short, but it still managed to do quite a lot of things right. So hello and welcome to Wonderwisey, my name is Soham, and today we are going to talk about the Sword and Shield arc of Pokemon Journeys the anime. Now if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content. Also, we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now on to the video. So as all of you might know, this particular arc was adapted from the game Pokemon Sword and Shield, and as a result it covers the particular phenomenon which is known as Black Knight or Darkest Day. There are two different translations for it in the Japanese as well as the English form, whichever one you prefer to call it by. Now there are some very interesting things that happen here, and I'll talk about it one by one, but the first thing which I need to say here is the introduction. This was perhaps one of the best introduction to any arc we have seen so far. I'm not getting into the debate of is this the best anime arc for Pokemon that we have seen so far. I don't think that's really the case here, but yeah, it might very well be one of the top 5 best arcs of the series possibly, because there are some very good things that have been done here. The pace for the entire arc was really good, and the overall things in the grand scheme of things was really good in my opinion. But the first thing which comes to my mind is obviously the opening, or how this arc was introduced to us in the very first episode. There's a build-up mystery and tension that is going on here, especially when Ash and Go are departed from the train and when they are basically lost in the fog. The reveal for Zamazenta and Zacian was really good in my opinion, and it was a really good build-up for these two legendary Pokemon. I really liked this part of the arc, and for me personally, one of the best additions for this particular arc was the character of Sonia. Obviously we have seen her before, but here she plays a pivotal role along with Go. And it was a really good decision in my opinion to divide the two lead characters, that is Ash and Go, into two different departments. Go was much more suited into the adventure or the discovery aspect of the things, and Ash being the hero, it was much better to see him suited or partnered with Dande-san, or Leon, again whichever name you prefer to call it by. The first episode was pretty good, and it was really nice to see the battles that ensure from here forth. And talking of battles, there are plenty of them to fulfill your taste. I really liked some of the Dynamax battles, and even Leon's perspective upon all of this is really well explored. Moreover, his nuances with the character of Chairman Rose was pretty well established. Maybe for some people this might be a reminder or a rehash from the XYZ series, that particular arc, you know what I'm talking about, but I don't think that's necessarily the case here, because here Chairman Rose is not technically an evil guy. He is a good person, technically he is a good person, and he's actually thinking about the future of this particular region, but his ways of doing things is quite questionable, and it's not wrong to say that he's quite delusional to the point of being oblivious of the dangers that he's putting forth for the people around him. This was something really good in my opinion. And talking of the next couple of episodes, one particular aspect which I really enjoyed, I know it might sound a little silly, but personally as a long-time fan of the series, I really enjoyed this thing, and that was Ash riding upon Dragonite. Just seeing my boy riding upon Dragonite from town to town and helping the people, it was just so damn good. And his interactions with Go and just finding out the entire mystery of the things was really good. And Sonia's grandmother being the professor who was actually researching all of these things, this added a very good twist for the entire story. And obviously there are the shenanigans of the evil organization following both Go as well as Sonia, and I think this was done pretty well. And lastly, the build-up tension of who exactly these two heroes were, or rather one hero were, because Go was the one who decoded that there were two heroes in the very first place and not a single hero. So that particular storyline was really good in my opinion, and the way in which those Pokemons were actually discovered via the Battle of Dynamax Rabifoot was really good. That is some good stuff. Moreover, for me personally, it was really awesome to see Ash team up with such strong Pokemon as a whole. And that eventually leads us to episode number 45, the episode which aired today. And to be very frank with y'all, I really loved this episode. I can't give it a 10 upon 10 for one particular reason which I'll talk about in a bit, but other than that, this particular episode was perfection. It was perfection beyond anything. Now what happens here is that obviously Chairman Rose is battling Ash, and the battle is having a huge toll upon them, and that's when Riolu is about to get crushed when he evolves. And bam, Lucario. Oh boy, you don't know how happy I was to see this. Obviously, we knew about this thing, we got the leaks and everything, but still, seeing Riolu evolve into Lucario and Ash having a Lucario, that's just amazing. Lucario is a fan favorite Pokemon for a reason, and seeing Ash having that Lucario, it's just amazing. It's really amazing. And again, the nudges for the Aura Sphere and how Ash is connected to the Aura Guardian and all. I know that the movies are not technically canon, but seeing Lucario giving that aura wave and Ash actually recognizing it, it was really awesome to see. At the very same time, Go is also having his own battle and Rabifoot is battling against Milotic. And that's when he evolves in possibly one of the best manners to Sentence or Aceburn, again whichever name you prefer. I really liked the bits up until this point, and even the final battle with Eternatus was good. I don't know if I liked that CG bit that much or not, but overall the battle was really nice, and I liked the fact that how Ash and Go basically picked up the battle from where Dande left, and also Dande using that Ultra Ball, that was really awesome. But the fight in itself felt pretty short to me. I won't really lie about it, the final fight felt really short. And of course the namesake of this arc, that is Sword and Shield, Zamazenta and Zacian, appeared at the very end. Like there was hardly 3 to 4 minutes of screen time for them. I don't know about you guys, but that ending felt a little rushed. I guess a 5-parter arc would have been better in my opinion, but then again that's just my personal opinion, I can be wrong here. But that particular ending left a little more to be desired in my opinion. I know that the combined attacks of Lucario, Pikachu and Cinderace was really good, but I just hope that there was just one little aspect more. Maybe Ash and Go should have used more of their Pokemon, I don't know what should have been done in the very end, but I think a little more focus on the final battle would have been a lot better, especially after involving Zacian and Zamazenta. And obviously at the very end, Ash and Go combined caught the Eternatus. Obviously, please do not misunderstand this by saying that Go is the one who caught Eternatus. This particular thing is sealed off and he will not be used by Go. But that's it for today. This was the Pokemon Sword and Shield arc. What are your thoughts about this arc? Did you like it? Do you think this is one of the best arcs of the Pokemon franchise so far? Please mention your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.